Good evening. You're now with me, Henry for TVS Nightline. Onto the headlining stories. Sarawak's revenue for 2025 has surged to 13.5 billion ringgit after closing its account in December, exceeding the initial forecast of 13.01 billion ringgit. Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Opang reveals that the initial value was an estimation announced during the previous state budget. However, the state's financial performance has shown a more encouraging result.
Saya dalam bajet dulu saya sebutkan 13.01 bilion revenue, expected revenue tahun 2025. Ya, actual revenue lah. Waktu ya, apabila habis account tutup Disember, ada lagi tambah. Jadi 13.5 bilion, ada tambah habis bilion.
According to Abang Johari, this achievement demonstrates Sarawak's strong financial position and the state government's capable and prudent management in increasing revenue.
Now, during the same event, Abang Johari introduces a new free school bus service that will transport students directly from their homes to their respective schools. This pilot program aims to reduce traffic congestion during peak hours and ease the cost of living. In collaboration with local representatives, the initiative seeks to assess its effectiveness in reducing the number of private vehicles on the road and ultimately eliminate the need for parents to be involved in the daily school run.
Untuk kita mencoba sama ada kita boleh mengurangkan kereta di waktu sekolah. Dan nampaknya mengikut statistik dan ada dan juga menggunakan tracking system. Jumlah kenderaan yang menggunakan jalan setapak ini di mana letaknya dua sekolah, itu sekolah Maut dan sekolah Johor nombor 6. Ada penurunan.
In this regard, Abang Johari says the initiative also boosts parents' confidence in their children's safety as the buses are equipped with a tracking system that allows them to monitor and communicate with their children throughout the journey. All costs for providing the buses and service operations are borne by the government, thereby providing savings for parents in terms of cost, time and fuel consumption. Additionally, Abang Johari says that this initiative will contribute greatly to the reduction of carbon emissions and the public's dependence on private vehicles. When commenting on plans to expand the service to rural areas, Abang Johari emphasised that this approach will be adjusted according to the area.
Rural area-nya si macam tu, si macam urban, settingnya different. Google si banyak gila makin basikal sampai. Nah, macam sekolah di Google lah. Macam katakan di Daro, example lah. Jadinya boleh makin basikal, saya ada traffic jam.
Now, Help University must conduct thorough safety inspections immediately in the wake of an explosion during the maintenance of the university's air conditioning system that killed a man and injured 9 others earlier today. The inspections must cover all of its facilities, and the university must ensure the affected areas are verified safe by the authorities before being used. Ministry of Higher Education in a statement says it will provide welfare support, including medical and psychosocial services to all victims. The ministry will continue to monitor developments and will not compromise on safety aspects to ensure a safe and conducive campus environment. Meanwhile, a 24-year-old man who worked for the contractor company died while receiving treatment at Kuala Lumpur Hospital. All the 9 other victims, including 4 students who were injured in the explosion, are currently receiving treatment. The explosion took place at an area next to the university's cafeteria, where the 9 victims were located during the incident. Police have detained a Chinese national believed to have installed the Jalur Gemilang upside down at a premise in Taman Eko Perniagaan 2, Senai Airport City. Johor Police Chief Dato' Rahman Arsad said the 38-year-old man was arrested at approximately 4 p.m. and later remanded for 3 days starting today. In a statement, Rahman says the flag was seized and that the suspect has no prior criminal record while urine tests came back negative. The case is being investigated under Section 5 of the Emblems and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act 1963, Amendment 2017, Section 14 of the Minor Offences Act 1955, and Regulation 39(b) of the Immigration Regulations 1959 and 1963. Earlier, a 16-second video went viral on social media showing a factory in Senai flying the Jalur Gemilang upside down. Now, Affin Hwang Investment Bank Berhad achieves a significant milestone through a strategic partnership with CBOE Global Markets Incorporated, introducing access to VIX futures, the first of its kind in Malaysia. Listed on the CBOE Futures Exchange or CFE, the contract offers investors a new way to manage and hedge portfolios amid global equity market volatility. CEO Hanif Ghulam Mohammed says the launch aligned with the bank's efforts to expand alternative investment solutions for clients.
Now they have with Affin Hwang Investment Bank, especially clients of Affin Hwang Investment Bank, they have the option to hedge their portfolio and hedge against the volatility that we've seen in the markets. So this is indeed a big offering to our clients, one that we feel is very timely and one that we feel is very beneficial to Affin Hwang Investment Bank clients.
Hanif explains that VIX futures, which track market expectations of volatility, typically rise during uncertain periods, offering an alternative to traditional one-directional investments. Affin Hwang seeks to expand participation among institutional, professional and eligible retail investors, including new active traders, through educational programs and a structured onboarding process. Affin Hwang highlights volatility as a practical investment strategy that can differentiate investors in the current market, offering flexibility to optimize returns and hedge long-term investments.
Maxcare Automobile continues to solidify its position in the automotive industry by opening a new service centre in Miri, expanding its strategic partnership network. Director Lai Kon Kian emphasises that this move is part of the company's ongoing efforts to improve service quality and strengthen industry relationships. He notes that the gala dinner held alongside the opening was a gesture of appreciation for the support, collaboration and commitment of all involved in the company's growth.
Di samping mengeratkan hubungan strategik dan silaturahmi dalam suasana yang santai, eksklusif dan penuh kemesraan, semoga majlis ini menjadi wadah yang bermakna dalam memperkukuhkan jaringan kerjasama antara semua pihak.
The event is also graced by the presence of a member of the Selangor royal family, Yang Mulia Tengku Syamsul Bahri Al-Haj bin Yang Amat Mulia Tengku Bendahara Azman Shah Al-Haj, who describes Miri as a rapidly developing city with great potential, particularly in the oil and gas sector.
InsyaAllah mungkin lepas ni banyak peluang-peluang yang saya tengok di sini lebih kepada syarikat oil and gas lah, dan mungkin kita akan cuba bawa mungkin pelabur daripada Semenanjung ke dalam bidang-bidang yang lain lah.
The new Maxcare Automobile Service Centre marks the company's 10th anniversary in Sarawak, serving as an authorised Kia service centre for Miri and Bintulu and a service panel for government vehicles. The centre is expected to create jobs, offer advanced vehicle maintenance services and support sustainable development in Sarawak's automotive industry while enhancing service quality in Miri.
On to world news. US President Donald Trump says he's considering potential military action against Iran amid mounting reports of deadly crackdowns against mass anti-government protests that activists fear have killed hundreds. And more recently, Trump adds that the leaders of Iran have called to negotiate. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister states it is ready for both war and talks after repeated threats from the US president to intervene militarily.
They're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination. Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday. The leaders of Iran called, they want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States. Iran wants to negotiate, yes. We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting. Right. But a meeting is being set up. Iran called, they want to negotiate. Thank you very much, everybody.
In a related development, Indonesian authorities advised its citizens to postpone travel to Iran amid widespread unrest. For its citizens currently in Iran, the Foreign Ministry urged Indonesians to remain vigilant, follow any ongoing developments through official channels and avoid areas where demonstrations and large gatherings are taking place, while maintaining close communication with the Indonesian embassy in Iran.
Current on-ground assessment as of January 12 by the Indonesian embassy does not require immediate evacuation, but necessary preparations are being done should the situation escalate. The ministry says it had been in contact with the Indonesian embassy in Tehran and Indonesian nationals across various regions in Iran to monitor developments in the Middle Eastern country. It notes that major cities with significant Indonesian communities, such as Qum and Isfahan, had remained relatively free from significant disturbances. Protests erupted on December 28 at Tehran's Grand Bazaar over the sharp depreciation of the Iranian rial and worsening economic conditions, later spreading to several other cities. Anadolu, citing the US-based rights group Harana, reported 490 protesters and 48 security personnel killed, with more than 10,600 people arrested, although no official casualty figures are available.
Wrapping up the Nightline, a joint South Korean investigation team has nabbed 26 people over scam crimes involving sexual exploitation in Cambodia through cooperation with the local authorities. According to a spokesperson from the Blue House, Kang Yoo-jung, the pan-government task force of Korean police and the National Intelligence Service took 26 members of a scam ring in Phnom Penh into custody during raids into their offices and residences on January 5th, together with Cambodian police. The suspects impersonated government agencies, including prosecutors and financial authorities, deceiving victims into believing they were implicated in crimes and extorting 74.1 million ringgit from 165 South Korean nationals under the pretext of investigating their assets.
In the process, numerous female victims were forced to record sexually exploitative videos or send explicit photos. The case, he states, clearly frames the evolution of scam crimes from simply stealing money to relentlessly exploiting victims' psychological vulnerabilities, while pressuring them into producing sexual exploitation material. Task Force official says the crime ring involves South Koreans, adding that they will verify the suspects' nationalities upon their repatriation. Kang further adds the government will immediately block the circulation of the sexually exploitative videos and bring the suspects back to South Korea to face punishment. The latest roundup comes as South Korea has been ramping up efforts to combat crimes targeting its nationals in Cambodia, such as online scams, following the torture and death of a Korean college student lured to a scam center in the Southeast Asian country in August last year.
Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.